Well, semiconductors are key components of most electronics nowadays, be it laptops, phones or washing machines. But manufacturing of the parts is mostly concentrated in Asia. This week, the world's largest chipmaker broke ground on its first European factory in Germany. Deutsche Welle correspondent Mathis Richtmann joins me now from Berlin. Hi there, Mathis. Firstly, why are these semiconductor plants so important?
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned it. Semiconductors sit in pretty much every piece of electronics nowadays. But what's especially important here in Germany is the car industry. And there's just a plethora of semiconductors in a car, from the more sophisticated things like in control panels for the interface or for the GPS, to simpler chips that basically turn on the power for automatic window openers. But with the increased production of electric vehicles, the number of chips per car increases, with some estimates putting them towards 3,000 semiconductors per electric vehicle. Especially with the supply chain disruptions during the COVID lockdowns, the German car industry struggled to get enough chips components into the country because production is mostly concentrated abroad in Asia, especially Taiwan. And that experience and the tenser geopolitical situation with the looming East-West confrontation gave rise to the European Union's Chips Act that earmarks around 43 billion euros to double chip-making capacity in the continent by 2030, and thus decrease dependence on other countries. And now, the first of these projects are being approved.
So speaking of Taiwan, Taiwanese semiconductor giant TSMC has broken ground on a factory in Dresden. Why did it choose there?
Yeah, I mean, some of your viewers may know Dresden as a beautiful old city in eastern Germany that was heavily bombarded during World War II. And since then, it's come a long way. Now, some speak of the region as Silicon Saxony because it's been active in the chips engineering space for decades. Bosch, a machine maker and key supplier for the car industry, already runs a semiconductor fab in Dresden, and they're now a junior partner in the joint venture building TSMC's plant there. So there's already a lot of know-how in the area that can make the production happen. The fab will further partner with Dresden University to train skilled workers early. But what was most likely more important for the final decision-making for Dresden is the enormous amounts of subsidies the plant will receive. The German government will contribute up to 5 billion euros to the total of 11 billion construction costs. The funds now being approved by the European Commission under this Chips Act. And that makes Germany one of the clear winners of this industrial policy, because with a bigger budget, Germany has been able to draw in a couple more investments.
So with this much effort, Mathis, being put into drawing production to Europe, just how significant are these new investments?
Yeah, so it's indeed a multiple investments. So the TSMC plant broke ground on Tuesday, and the US company Intel announced a 30 billion euro plan to build 2 chip-making plants in Germany as well. So there's a lot of movement in this space and a lot of money pouring in. And with so much production planned to be moved here, that's expected to improve resilience in the supply chains for these components, especially strengthen the expertise here in Germany. The issue is that these plants aren't slated to be at the cutting edge of semiconductor technology. While they're at sufficient sophistication for some of the car parts mentioned, the chips coming out of the new Dresden plant won't be fit for current phones or laptops, with some experts warning that TSMC will retain the cutting-edge technology in Taiwan while getting a heavily subsidized workbench here in Germany for its older tech.
OK, an interesting development indeed. Thank you so much, Deutsche Welle correspondent Mathis Richtmann.